Hi, how's it going? It's been a while. There's a good explanation for that. It's gonna be in the voiceover, I swear to God. I'll have time for that later. What I don't have time for right now is Valentine's Day. It's in 2 days. What do I have? This piece of cardboard and these paint samples. Why? I'm poor, I'm crafty, and mine and my fiance's favorite show is South Park. So I'm gonna turn us into some South Park characters with these free paint samples. And again, that will be explained in the voiceover, but for now, I gotta get my ass in gear, because, hey, happy Valentine's Day, here's some paint samples and a piece of cardboard. Make it make sense, please. I will, I promise I will. Okay. Hey, so it is really good to be back filming. Now, the reason I haven't uploaded for the last 3 weeks, so the first week, which was immediately after the Pokemon Junk Journal, I still was not in a good place, and I realized that I really rushed that Junk Journal video. Now, don't get me wrong, it came out great, I love the spreads, they came out adorable, but just the concept of that video was so rushed, and I hate feeling like that was rushed. I just thought, I'm just gonna step back and I'll just work on something that I know I'm going to enjoy next week. And then the week after that, I ended up with laryngitis, and sure, I was creating, but I knew that I was not going to be able to create anything for YouTube if I was not able to speak. So I just thought, okay, I'm gonna let myself rest. Let myself rest. The laryngitis started to clear up, and then the next week, which was last week, I developed bronchitis, and I still have bronchitis. I'm still recovering from bronchitis, but I fucking just couldn't stop coughing. My head was hurting. I was coughing up blood. My job still sucks. My job itself doesn't suck. The people I work with suck. Not only are those 2 people still there and ruining my life, I have another person in the other part of the department I work in who is so completely unreliable that I'm having to skip my lunches or stay an hour late. Either way, I'm getting an hour of overtime to cover for her because she's just so unreliable, and at this point I'm just going to be begging my boss to fire her because I can't handle her. But yeah, this was the first time I've felt okay to actually record something. And also on top of that, I have not had time because my fiance has been home and we have been spending just so much time together, which is so nice and relaxing, don't get me wrong. But my God, I missed making something. I just wanted to make something, which is where this Valentine's idea comes in. I do feel a little bad because I know my fiance went and bought something, and the way I grew up, because I grew up poor, and with being long distance for so long, I would always buy my fiance's Valentine's Day chocolate because we would send each other a box 3 times a year. One time would be Christmas, birthday, Valentine's Day. The second one would be just because, and then the third one would usually be either a makeup birthday or Halloween or just something silly like that. So I always bought my fiance's Valentine's Day chocolates the day after Valentine's Day when all the stores marked them 50% off. So this year I asked my fiance, I'm like, are you going to be mad at me if I don't get you a Valentine's Day chocolate? I mean, I still am, let's be real, but not as much as I normally do. And they were like, literally, I don't care. Just because why am I going to pay full price for something that's been marked up when I could just either wait a day or just buy chocolate, you know what I mean? I'm not just buying chocolate anyway, just a little bay basket or something like that, I don't know. But for the gift itself, I knew for 2 weeks I was not going to purchase anything. And it's not because I don't like my fiance. I am head over heels in love with my fiance, do not get me wrong. But I was like, how am I gonna make this as cheap as possible while still making it look good? And then I thought, oh my God, wait, that's right. I could just fucking make something. And my fiance actually was shocked that when I did the Pokemon binder, they were like, I'm shocked you didn't just make us into South Park at this point. And I'm just like, free idea. I got on with everything, got my thinking cap on, and decided I'm going to put us into South Park because that is our comfort show. And I don't know if anybody's been watching South Park since the beginning. I can't remember what season it is, but it's the 100th episode with when they find out that Earth is just a reality TV show, and they do the cutaway where they're just rehashing all the new stuff, making it better. And it cuts to Trey and Matt talking about how they made South Park to begin with. We didn't want to use construction paper, but we had to because it was cheap. So in the spirit of the old school South Park, I decided that I was going to make this as cheap as possible. My immediate thought was, I'm going to go out and buy construction paper. And then I started thinking to myself, how many colors am I actually going to need? and how many colors actually come in construction paper. Usually you get like, what, 8 colors at most, and none of them are anything of what I'm looking for. And I'm like, all right, well that means I'll just have to go and buy like individual pieces of cardstock from like Michael's. No, that's gonna get way too expensive. Then I'm like, duh, I work at Walmart. Let me just go and steal a bunch of paint samples. And that's exactly what I did. I took like 20 paint samples from Walmart in a bunch of different colors that I would need. I stood there and I was matching my skin tone. I got purple, black, brown, orange. I got green and blue, even like, I guess I did use them. I got colors I didn't even know if I would use or not, just similar. Just so that way I can get this all set up. Bought all my colors. I say bought them. I didn't buy shit. I put these samples in my bag and I went home. I went home and I was still recovering for bronchitis and everything, so I was just laying on the couch in bed just like, please kill me. But today, Thursday the 12th, is the only day my fiance's out of the house. So I figured I'm going to rush and get this nut done. Well, not rush and make it bad. Rush as in I need to get this all done in one shot. So first I started off with sketching the South Park characters. And I've doodled myself as a South Park character before, so I figured I was easy enough. And then getting to my fiance, I was like, oh, this is a little harder than I thought. Because I didn't want to do one of the big complicated hoodies my fiance likes to wear. So I just decided, what do we like from South Park? Tegrity Farms. We love the Tegrity Farms arc. In this house, we stand Randy. I put my fiance in the Tegrity Farm shirt, one that I kind of like quick made up. And does it look like a pot leaf? No, not at all. Close enough though. We're good. I drew everything down and then I thought, I probably should have drew that backwards so I could trace everything, because everything would have to be flipped if I'm doing this on the back of the paint sample. I just kind of free-handed everything, figured out what's what. And is it perfect? No. Is South Park perfect? No. Do I love the way the characters came in anyway? Like the little dolls? Absolutely. I used to make paper dolls when I was a teenager. Like that would be the form of my art therapy that I did for myself. And I absolutely freaking love making paper dolls, so this just brought me back to that. And plus the fact that it's just South Park, like, yes please. And for something that I've never made, like I said, South Park, I'm very proud of that. And these dolls took a lot longer than I thought. They took almost 2 hours, which was half of my time. I thought this was only going to take me an hour. 2 hours it took me to do all this. Just the dolls. So I thought, okay, now I have to actually get the background done, and I wanted the background to have more detail. I wanted this to be a bigger frame. I didn't go out and get a frame though, so I just figured, oh, I guess I'm just gonna be making a frame out of cardboard. And I also did the back cardboard, so this whole project, technically, because I already owned the paint, this whole gift was free. This was a free gift. Like, I will 100% take free any day. Once I got the background painted, I propped it up in front of the fan to make it dry faster, because at that point I only had like 45 minutes left before my fiance was gonna be coming home. Propped that up. Some of the paint was a little wet. You could tell, like, especially on the mountains, like, it kind of blended in the trees. But it was either that or not get it done at all. So I went and got the picture from the fan and then just started cutting cardboard to make a frame. And this is all still cardboard from my brother-in-law's big Zen container. So again, this is all just stuff I already had minus the paint samples. And once I got the frame, it looked too boring, so I painted it gold, and we're more silver bitches, but the gold frame just looks so shiny, and I did not want to go downstairs and get any silver paint, because I'm like, I gotta fucking go. So once everything was somewhat together, burnt my finger a few times gluing that frame together, painted it, very, very carefully glued it together, like the background to the frame, and I wanted to make sure that the frame actually fit in the background. And I can't remember if I filmed it or not, but I did make a little thingy on the back for a nail to go into the wall, like a thumbtack, so that way we can hang this, which is like, God, it's so weird hanging or giving my fiance my artwork and then them being like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this. Let me hanging up in our shared room. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, like, I know it was expected, but damn. I'm like a little kid. Here, let's put this on the fridge. But yeah, once I got the frame all on, I decided I'm gonna try to just use a glue stick to put the characters down, because I used a glue stick to hold the characters together because they're just paint samples, they're paper. And that did not work in the slightest, and immediately just started peeling up. So I went and hot glued it. Hot glue also did not work the best, but what I do like about the hot glue is that it added some kind of 3D to the dolls, and in South Park, some of the characters look like they have shadows behind them, even though that they're like in this. So it'll be like a shadow behind them on the mountain as if they're on set, which I think is really cute. So I just went with that, and I love the way that came out. And then, yeah. Oh, the details of the dolls, like the little ones, I did end up painting them because God knows I'm not cutting out every little freckle. Fuck that. I'm not cutting out glasses. But yeah, after 4.5 hours, my fiance literally coming home in the next, I don't know, 5 minutes, and I'm just finishing this voiceover now. I don't even know where I'm gonna hide this. Shit. I'll figure it out. But yeah, that is my return so far with my Valentine's Day gift. And I'm very happy how it turned out. And like I said, it's free, so that makes it worth it. My in-laws freaking love it. My mother-in-law could not stop looking at it when I showed it to her. She was like, oh my god, oh my god. I'm just really happy with it. Even though it's not my best work, but it's work. It's like, I love it, but I'm also like, I could improve on this, but I don't have time to improve on it, okay? I just realized I've been talking for so long because I haven't been able to talk for almost 2 weeks. So all I want to do is talk. But I gotta go get everything set up. I put everything on the desk back, hide this, and then I gotta get my laundry and shower. So I will just leave it at that. And thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with my bull, because I know I've been posting shorts. I like posting shorts, but it's just been hard, you know, with being sick and then trying to find the time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. The links to my Etsy to support my small business are down below, and the link to my Blue Sky to follow me over there, also down below. See you guys next week. Maybe, who knows? Will there be a short? Most likely. All right, bye.